There's many ways for students to connect and network with employers. I don't think there's a one-size-fits-all for that initiative. So definitely engage in person as much as you can. So go to an info session, go to a career fair, stuff like that. Make an impression. Leave behind your card or your resume so recruiters can follow up, but also get their information so you can follow up with them. Follow-up is really important. If a recruiter is busy and on the road, they might not get back to you within the next day, but if you follow up with them, that's going to go really far.
I would say that the best way to connect and network with employers, again, LinkedIn, you make relationships through there, you start dialogue. You know, when we went through COVID and many of us were on furlough for many months, you know, we had never had to look for a job for, 20, 30 years. And all of a sudden, this network of connecting with people and sharing stories and talking really opens up your eyes. You know, if you don't know how to cook, well, the first step is to open a cookbook and take it step by step. The same thing is with networking. Find people, talk to them, share your information, and ask for direction and which way to go when it comes to searching out more information for your career.
We love cookies being sent to us. No, just kidding. No, LinkedIn. You know, I think it's a pretty repetitive answer that you hear, but it right now in our day, it's the way to connect.
Great question. Honestly, the biggest thing that I ever did was when I got out of college, I went straight into a job that I knew was going to open up my network in an insane way. So I found a company where I was going to be traveling all over the world and doing events with companies all over the world. Not everyone's going to have that luxury and not everybody wants that style of a job, but you have to put yourself in opportunities to meet different people. So for some, it's going to be what I did, and it's going to a company where you have a client list that's across the globe and you go meet people everywhere. For other people, it's joining like a Women in Tech Council in Utah. It's participating in these professional organizations where you can meet people who are at places in their career where you want to be and just opening up your network that way. The other biggest thing is just LinkedIn. Like, I can't hit on LinkedIn enough. Like, get on there, create content, post, interact with people, reach out, ask to set up interviews, ask to set up lunches, just get to know people within the different industries that you're connected with and just really capitalize on doing that. And then once you create connections, then you can start asking them to introduce you to other people and that will just continue to grow. And so just make sure that you're opening yourself up. It can be, I'm an introverted person in my personal life. And so it can be really daunting and overwhelming to think that you have to do that. But if you just set a goal every week of like, okay, this week I'm going to add 3 people on LinkedIn and just send them a message telling them like, hey, I'm a new EXDM student who's looking to graduate soon and I'd really love to connect with you and just learn about your job. Just simple things like that. You're going to be shocked at the amount of people who not only like accept it, but then also they follow up with like, oh, I'd love to bring this person into it as well. So just try to capitalize on all of those opportunities that you have and utilize LinkedIn as much as you can.
You know, I don't think there's a right or wrong way to connect and network with an employer as long as you're doing it. So I would say the best thing is LinkedIn. If you don't have a LinkedIn, get a LinkedIn. You know, Handshake is great. I'm on Handshake, but not all recruiters, not all employers use Handshake, and that's a really great tool, but get on LinkedIn.
I think it just going back to kind of what we previously talked about, like connecting through either, the job boards, right? Connecting through LinkedIn is a very, very rich tool at your disposal. You can quickly connect with people and get an understanding, right?
There's a couple ways that I would suggest networking, talking, and connecting with recruiters and companies that you want to work for. The Business Career Center is a tremendous asset in the Tanner Building. It's on the 4th floor. It's where Noelani works. They are facilitating everything from booths, information sessions, interviews, coffee chats. There's a variety of events. Noelani is a tremendous asset to have in the Business Career Center. She has a very deep and wide network of people that she knows. The professors in the EXDM program have a massive network of companies and friends that work at companies. But beginning to start and set up those exploration calls is huge. Even if you don't intend on working at said company, just being able to talk to, you just never know who they know, right? You never know whose table they can put your resume, your email address on next.